home, but it's like
he was right
man,
there.
he was there.
John Leguizamo, movie killer, ruins every movie he's ever been
Ruins
in.
every movie.
I love
John
this. Let's start there.
Leguizamo.
Big Trouble. No, that's not big. I was gonna say Big Trouble in Little
Big
China.
Trouble in Little China.
That's not it.
Put legs in that film. And they're like, John, we need you to be tone it down a little bit.
More Puerto Rican.
But yeah, amp up the Puerto Rican-ness.
He's like, imposible.
In this Asian fantasy crime film.
Welcome to episode 10 of Two Boroughs.
Wow.
I'm Matt Pavich. That's Peter Revello. And
Hi.
today we're joined by the lovely, the hilarious stand-up comedian, Anthony Devito.
Thank you,
Yes. Another Italian.
Another Italian.
Yeah.
No way.
An
DeVito?
accident.
Yeah, what an accident.
Wow, so
He's
weird.
trying to wrangle in as many Italians as he can get on this thing. And Pavich, you're half Croatian, half Italian, I'm assuming?
Half Croatian, a quarter Italian, and a quarter Haitian.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. You grew up in Queens.
Yeah.
You grew you're more Italian than I would say. Like an Italian that grew up in Cincinnati or a Croatian that grew up in Queens is way more Italian than an Italian in Cincinnati.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because New York just has the attitude. Like there's a certain attitude of Italians that is like adopted.
Yes.
By like certain boroughs in New York, especially.
Yeah, the Italian. I mean, the New York accent is like Italian almost. It's like
100%.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm happy that it is that way because,
Yeah, for you.
yeah. Well, I felt that way about growing up in Staten Island too. It's like, oh no, like you can be 0%. You could be Chinese in Staten Island. You're coming out.
God.
With a blowout.
You're coming out.
You still got a
Right.
blowout.
You got some CZs on the, and the earlobes, and you like gold chains, and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's,
Do you know about Istrians?
No, what's that?
It's a part of Croatia, I believe, called Istria, and they pretend they're Italian. They just straight up say they're Italian.
But what's the
love
alternative
it.
to act like you're Croat? I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Oh
That's not.
the way he shits on my country is unbelievable, dude.
I'm Croatian. And it's like, oh, cool, man. I don't know. What do you want me to do with that information? But it's like, I'm going to pretend to be Italian. It's like, that's the better move.
I got a funny DM today. I posted your reel. And this Croatian girl goes, "You're funnier than him."
Well, she's hurt. She's obviously hurt.
And I wrote back,
Your cousin, obviously, she has her prejudices.
and I wrote back, "I know."
Your step aunt or whatever.
I said, "I know," and she wrote back, "I just didn't like the way he talked about the Croatian national team."
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
God.
It's a great way to start off the pod too, with being like, "Hey, I got a DM today that says you suck and I'm great." So deal with that in your head for the rest of the hour.
Spoken by a Croat. If it was an actual human, if it was a human being,
Sure. You know how tough that must have been for her to type, because like you ever see like a dog try to like do something human? It's hard.
it's hard and heartwarming. You know what I mean? Like, look at that! Wow, he did that. Yeah. If it was like a Greek or a Turk, it would have been hurt, man. But it was a Croat. So it's like, okay, what they don't know. They don't know what's good or bad. They have no sense of right and wrong.
Right.
They're empty vessels.
As much as a bear does, you know.
Right. Just like a bear.
But I think Italians can only say this because we know how dumb and stupid we. Like Italians get a pass to be like the worst versions of a person because we know we're that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
It's in your DNA.
yeah, people got no problems being racist against Italians because like they're like, well, we know how racist Italians are. They're fine with this.
Yeah.
We can't, if we don't do this, like I've always thought of it as like, you can't take away our big gun is racism. You know, so you can make Chris Pratt Mario because if we complain, you're gonna take away the bulk of what we like to talk about.
Like a fair trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden having an espresso with your paisan, it's just not as fun. It's just not as fun. You take all that away and then it's like, what are we going to talk about?
Espresso.
Espresso, yeah.
You say espresso?
No, I said espresso.
Okay.
I used to say espresso because I was an idiot.
Yeah.
Did you always know it was espresso?
No, I mean, no, I didn't know. I mean, because, like, well, that's the other thing. Like, I mean, I grew up in Jersey, and probably a little bit of this in Staten Island as well, and you just are around so many that you, like, Italians from a certain area despise, like, Italy. Like, Jersey even, like, they would be like, I don't know why you want to go to New York. And you're like, I don't know, people fly from like Germany to come to Manhattan, and they're like, they don't got nothing over there that we got here. And you're like, what about like Broadway shows? And they're like, Yeah, if you want to be like a Democrat.
Yeah, they're putting on Grease at the community theater for the 25th year in a row, and they're just like, I don't understand.
They're like heckling in the crowd. They're like, Al, you're doing a great job. They're like, thank you, Angelo.
It's the plumber's like, you fucked up my pipes, Angelo. You'd sing good, but you do got to finish what you started.
Yeah, but there's like, I love that. You know what I mean? Like, it's at the same time that in the moment I despise it and I'm like, you people are all animals. Like I looking back on it, you have so much reverence for it because it's like it's so character driven.
Did you guys call Manhattan the city?
Yes.
Yeah.
absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah.
The city.
It's all just, it's a big conglomerate. It's just the city and everybody over there. They're just pedophiles who want abortion. That's all. That's how it was taught to me.
All the people in the city are pedophiles that want abortion. That's, I mean.
I literally think that's something my uncle said to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, how long have you been living in New York City now? Like consecutively. I know you've taken breaks.
Yeah.
Well, what's the longest streak you've been here?
No, I've been here. I don't think I've. Yeah, you're right. I have taken breaks actually. Say 12 or 13 years, something like that. All in Queens.
All in Queens, baby.
Yeah. Sunnyside and then Astoria. Sunnyside, that's where I saw you for the first time. We were talking about
Sunnyside's
the other
awesome.
night, where Matt was just like a young, I went to, I forget the coffee shop, but it was like, I wasn't even doing stand-up. I was like, let me just go, like, I'm just a guy in New York, like early 20s, excited to be here. I was like, let me just go to my coffee shop. Love comedy, wasn't going to do it, too shy. And then there's just a comedy show in the coffee shop.
And you're like, I could do this. You said, Matt.
No, actually it was the opposite. Because I saw Matt was like probably like 19 with the confidence of like a city mayor doing his bits, and I was like, I could never do this. Look how confident this guy is. I'm in the back, like just not even drinking my coffee. I was like too intimidated to even get a coffee. I'm just sitting there with me, and I'm like, I could never in the world do this. This guy's bouncing off the walls. Like,
I had wild confidence at 19.
Yeah, I would like to have seen that. Yeah,
I got clips. You don't want to see them, dude.
Oh, we should do that.
No,
for the pod. For the pod. No, please.
That is a good idea.
I will get canceled.
What?
Yeah.
Energetic and problematic. That's an interesting.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, this guy rules,
Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah.
I had so much confidence when I first started, and it's just I've gotten less and less confidence. As I've done.
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Slowly erodes.
Yeah.
Because failure builds up.
Yeah.
And then every new failure, you have a whole pile to choose from.
A whole pile of failure. Yeah.
And everything new just gets added on to the pile. And,
Absolutely.
How could you believe it yourself?
No.
When you have a mountain of failure to pull from with every new one.
You have to lie. That's what you have to lie to yourself. And
Journals.
be like,
I have many joke books of failure. Look at all those books of failure.
Yeah, I don't think what people realize, because like people see the final product and it's all success. Yeah. There's like it's for every 10 jokes that works, it's 100 that don't.
Yeah,
which I feel like it's almost more.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I mean? Like a line here, a line there.
Yeah,
I'm just like, wow, this is tragic.
Yeah.
Like if you were to combine all the unfunny things I've written and the funny things I've written, I mean that's just the scales. Yeah, not even close.
I have a low shooting percentage as well. Yeah.
Yeah, worse. I'm trying to, like, in terms of like athletes, I'm trying to think of like a percentage athlete that would have that low of a success rate.
It's like Adam Dunn. He's like he had like 200. He would hit like 40 home runs, but his batting average is like 198.
Right. Yeah.
So I feel like
that's very similar to what it is.
I was thinking of like Shaq's free throw percentage.
Yeah, Shaq.
Yes.
Wow. So I guess we're not too dissimilar from Shaq in that way.
We are not. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. The world sees Shaq like in the hole just dunking on people, but we know free throw Shaq. That's who we think we are.
Free throw Shaq.
So
exactly.
but if Shaq only but Shaq only is at, like, in our minds we're only at the free throw.
Yes.
So it's like, if that was all Shaq did, if they were like, we just kind of put him in the game, he fails in front of everyone at free throws, and then he goes back out.
But he's big.
But he's real big.
He's real big.
Tall.
He'd be like, why do you do this to me? That's what in our brains every time we step on stage. Why are you doing this to me again?
Did you see that clip of Shaq this week where he makes that white news anchor call him Dark Nowitzki? And she gets so uncomfortable. He puts a piece of paper in front of his face and he goes, I'm not coming out until you say my new nickname. And she's like, I don't really want to. She reads the prompter and it says Dark Nowitzki.
Oh man, just to be black and be able to do that to white people, like you be racist. Just do it. It's not bad. And you're like, it's a trap. And you're like, it's not a trap.
And it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Every
it's
time.
always a trap.
And why wouldn't you? You know, like that. If you're not going to get financial reparations, have some fun.
Have some fun.
I remember, like every black friend that I've ever had, their joy is dating a white woman and trying to get them to say the N-word. They say it, and then you go, "I don't date a racist," and that's hilarious. And I'll never get in the way of that.
How could you?
That's a great time.
I've gotten, I mean, especially the moving company, like sometimes you get the M-word passed, and they want you to say it. I'm just like, I'm not.
No, never.
I'm just not going to do it. Like, come on, dude, please. They're my friend body is like, you got to say it.
Right. You want to be like, I'll save it for another time.
Yeah.
And then, there'll be a day, and then I'll say it, and I'll have accrued them all, and then I'm just going to rip them all.
Yeah.
Do 5 years worth of the N-word in one afternoon.
I had a crazy thing happen to me on New Year's. My friend took us out to this nightclub. Great time, spending all of his money on bottles. We're having a great time. And these girls come up to us. One of them's Croatian. We're vibing on being Croatian together. And she starts dancing with this black guy. And she comes back to me. She goes, "Ugh, that was disgusting."
Whoa.
And I go, "What was?" And she goes, "I don't like black people."
But Croatians are fine people, aren't they, Anthony? They're good judgment of what's funny and what's not funny. And
I took
the key is
drink,
people at the end of it.
I took the drink that she had from our table out of her hand. And I said, "Get the fuck away from me." Wow. And she goes, "What are you talking about? I thought you were a comedian." I was like, what did you just say that was funny? What did you just say that was funny? She was like, "I wasn't being serious." I was like, "Just please go away. Please go away. Before I get one of the very large bouncers to remove you from the establishment."
What their racial background was? Nobody. Who know? I don't know.
Then you're going to really hate black people. Yeah. People think of comedians were just like unfeeling athletes.
Yeah.
I think
we're just like sensitive art folk.
Yeah.
They're doing this lunch pail job.
Yeah.
So they say the worst thing possible and then go, "You're a comic," and you're like, "I'm a human being." I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
Did you get that when people try to neg you?
Yes.
Because they think that's what comedy is?
Of course.
They're just roast battling you after they met you for 5 seconds. Like, your fucking nose sucks.
Yeah. And then they blame you for having a feeling.
I thought you were a comedian.
Yeah, man. Your
can't
nose
take
sucks.
it. Yeah. It does. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, and you're like, that's cool. I'm going to go home and chop off my nose.
Yeah.
You start Google searching nose removal surgery, question mark.
Yeah, fucking around with filters. Like, what would I look like with a button nose?
Yeah. Crazy people.
And that's how transgender people happened, you know? You got to do one hot take, a podcast that you could just clip that's insane.
Yeah, trans people
are like, yo, what do they do over at Two Barrels?
A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that, Devito, that's how trans people came about.
Totally.
Nose jobs.
Yep. Yeah. Too many insults.
Yeah.
They started being like, what would I look like differently? And then they went, I'll just become a woman. And here we are. We can't say anything anymore.
I'm going to clip just that part.
Please do.
Just that part.
Please do.
We can't say anything anymore.
Do a couple record skips in between, just a couple faces. Like, what'd he say?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's like, what?
Me and Peter.
Yeah.
I just don't care anymore.
Oh, it's so bad.
You're all thinking it. I'm saying it. Now I'm the bad guy.
Hey.
All right, but spade is spade.
Right. It's like, yeah, take it to them. Take them down a notch, those people who've felt nothing but pain. Just take them down. They've had it too good for too long.
Too long.
Yeah, man, too long. And also meaning, 15 years.
Yeah.
15 years they were able, like surgery, that was always the hardest, but they had to wait for technology to catch up to be who they wanted to be. What an insane thing.
Yeah.
Like trans people 100 years ago, it's like
I just feel funny.
Yeah, I just feel funny.
I got to answer my pants.
That's what it's called. They probably were like, he's got to answer his pants. Meanwhile, he's like, I'm a woman deep inside. And they're like, my uncle's got to answer his pants. That's what I always.
Have you tried the jitterbug? I have. I've tried the Charleston. I tried the jitterbug. I just think
I did Shakespeare for a couple months. Yeah. I still want to be a woman.
Yeah. Have you tried working 14-hour days and having 3 kids? They're like, I'm doing everything I can.
I
Pop.
swear to God, I tried that too.
I always think about that. It's a horrific thought, but it always makes me laugh. At like the trans have been going on forever, but the people that like were like, the best I can do is to unscrew like a mop handle, put that on as a wig, walk around for a couple hours while my wife is playing canasta or whatever. It's horrific, but it's like it does get me through the day sometimes.
Yeah.
In my neighborhood, I still have like prototype trans people.
Yeah.
You know, like this. There was this about 65-year-old woman chomping on cigars and just like the bleach blonde straw hair, and it's just want to be like, lady, I don't know if you know this.
Do a GoFundMe. You're gonna feel like a new man.
Woman. Okay, all right.
God bless.
Jeez Louise. Guys from Jersey starts talking wild.
Hey.
Yeah, once you get me going, that comes out, mate. Do you guys do that too? I mean, I don't know. Like, we're all pretty similar. Like, where you're like a people pleaser to the point where you're like, you'll modify whoever you are 100%. For who's in front of you. Like, 100%. I noticed
100%.
that the other day. Because, like, around Norma every day, I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? How are you? I go to my Italian deli. I'm like, Johnny boy.
You fuck that
They should have never built a mosque near 9/11. Like, give me that. It's like insane who I become.
That's exactly what happened. New Year's a couple of years ago, maybe 5-6 years ago, we went over a friend's house. He's very progressive and liberal, but he and his sister are. But then his parents and their older siblings, they're not very much Trump people. But we got there, and I just got hammered, just drinking Fireball whiskey with these people. Sure. And I'm like, these people are good. These people are good. I don't know. The news is dividing us. Yeah. You know, it's not. If we can just connect on this level, and I'm like, yeah. At the end of the night, I'm like, I'm not saying build a wall, build a fence. Meet me halfway.
Build a stoop.
I'm not trying to say keep it all out, but let's just, is that wrong? Is that such a bad thing? And then we did have a lot of, just got hammered.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Just shit-faced drunk.
I once was getting my hair cut by this Russian, obvious Trump supporter, and I wasn't about to take a stance.
Of course, yeah.
The guy has the fucking buzzer in his hand.
Yeah, of course.
I was his hostage.
Right. We've seen Eastern Promises.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, just yesing him. Yesing him.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are evil. Absolutely. Definitely, yeah. Okay. No, you're right. Yeah. Oh, don't move? Put my head down? Absolutely.
Yeah, you're like, that's like a new scissor, right? Like, as you're like, it keeps going, you keep saying more heinous stuff. You're like, you come out here with a sword? That's a gun. Yeah. Oh, I wanted the Croat thing. I've only ever known Croats, like in my head, when I think of a Croat, it is an Italian. Like it's either, and one side's super ignorant where there's like, it's like a potato farmer with like a, the bandana,
the
like
babushka sort of.
The babushka, exactly. Or it's just an Italian person. Like I've never seen an in between with Croats. I'm sure, you know what I mean? They exist, but in my head, that's the image that gets projected.
Well, they have a very strong nationalist pride because of the war.
Right.
So I think that they have their own identity, but like the food is Italian. We're right across the water. We share the same sea,
Right.
It is a very
derivative
machismo
culture.
Yeah. Machismo. There's a lot of machismo.
Right.
Plenty of racism. It is a very similar culture. I've never been to Italy, but I've been to Croatia many times, and they love everything Italian.
Yeah, there's a comfort in that. Yeah, like like if I see a Civic ride by with like a spoiler, like just blasting something heinous, I'm like, I feel at ease.
Better.
Weirdly, yeah.
That's why I feel like I can get away with like stuff. Like if there's like a cop and he pulls me over and like I can take a look at him. And I'm like, I think I went to high school with you. Right. Or like I have someone like you. I'm like, I think I can get out of this one.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Well, I was on my phone. I was watching the highlights of the 2007 Super Bowl where the Giants beat the Patriots. And like, that was sick, Mike. I'm like, I know. The Tyree catch, isn't that crazy? And they're just like, it was crazy. I feel crazy. Yeah. You're a good guy.
Yeah. It's so funny. You just cue it up every time. Yeah. It's just like, I'm just watching what they did to the towers. Just like, respect. I'm glad I pulled you over. We could talk. Yeah. To give you their card.
Trying to gauge if he's a Mets or Yankees fan. Right. Derek
Piazza?
Yeah, you just kind of bring up a name, see how they react, then go with it. You're just like, Zach Wilson. And they're just like, get him out of there. You're like, that's what I'm talking about.
Guy sucks.
Or just, you're like Daniel Jones. You're like, he's coming around. Like he is. I think he's better than Josh Allen, to be honest with you.
He's the new Eli. Rest in peace. God bless.
Yeah.
Rest in
It's a shame.
God bless. My family, yours. No, it's a good, yeah, they're good people. They, deep down, but they just, I don't know what it is. I think they get so caught up in, they lose themselves. Like, I think you look at the rules. They look at life as a series of rules, and like you have to follow the rules.
Okay, yeah.
And then they can't deviate at all without it feeling like they're doing something wrong. Or it's like, I don't know. Like, I just know so many people who get sucked up into the city worker thing, and they just, my friend, he became a fireman. He became a completely different person, but by design. He wanted to fit in, and there's a way to do it. And I'm like, what happened to you? Like, I remember telling him, what happened to you? He's like, oh, it's all the same. I'm the same. I'm like, you're not. You're like Joe Lunchpail. Like, I put one foot in front of the other, do the best I can, one day above ground. You're like, you never talk like this.
Yeah.
Why are you talking like this?
Well, it is like a fraternity, and everybody does want to just belong to some sort of group. And firefighters, I mean,
they're pretty cool.
That's a fucking cool group. Yeah. Just doing cocaine, cheating on your wife, fucking saving people's lives.
Yeah, man. Getting a calendar. You're literally fighting fire. You're like fire, not just you're fighting like an element on Earth. That's insane.
And it's been around a while. It's been a foe. It's been a foe of the humans for a long time.
It was like, oh, I'm part of the wind squad. Every day we go up against wind. Like, that is absolutely crazy.
It's a losing battle, but somebody's got to do it. It's a lot easier just to lay down in the wind, but I say stand up to the wind.
I think that's the Coast Guard. Right? Is that the Coast Guard?
Yeah, man. I think the Coast Guard just went up against water. Not pirates, not anything on boats, just actually water.
Trying to drain the water from the earth.
Yeah, like a woman, the wind squad, a woman walks by, her skirt gets pulled up. They're like, man, we're all over it. They're like, thank you, wind squad. But you're right. There is a not deviation. I think you're onto it because it's just easy to fall. If you get lazy, you get busy. You're like, I'll just be. This is identity that's out there.
Right.
I'll just be that identity. I don't have to think.
Yeah.
Because when you start being on the fringes of stuff, that's when things get weird. Because then people are like, where do we put you?
Everyone just wants to belong.
Yeah.
That's why Trump was what happened with him, and even both sides. It's just I need to simplify how complex these issues are. If you just throw me a color, red, blue, I can handle that. I can handle a color.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah,
man. I'm a red guy. I'm a blue guy. That's easy.
That's
oh my god. Yeah,
that's it.
They did pick good colors. They really
Yeah.
did. It's really those are the two. And
Yeah.
It's there's no taupe. There's no
No.
the party of taupe.
Yeah.
Just this fucking gray. I don't know what it is. It's not a shade. It's an earth tone.
Yeah.
And it's funny because that would all be used against them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like beige.
Wishy-washy.
Oh my god. Yeah. Pick white or black.
Yeah.
What are you?
That's
Sand
so funny.
right through your hands. Can't believe anything this guy says.
He's backpedaling, right? There's no maybe we're comprised of many different colors, and that's how you get to this brownish. And they're like, shut up. You know what else is brown? Shit. You fucking shithead. That's what Trump did. I did like. He just ad hominem attacks. He's just like, no, we're not going to debate policy. You're a loser. I'm not going to debate policy with a fucking loser.
Well, yeah, that's what was insane watching the debates was like, oh, it's just incredible. Because you have one guy being like, but you're so fat, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And then the other guy being like, we got to talk about globalization. It's just like, he can't, I don't think he can bend over. He's so fat. It was insane. To see that play out on a mass scale was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Did you ever see his Larry King clip?
No.
Oh my God, it's incredible. He goes, your breath is bad. No, has anyone ever told you this before? Your breath is really bad. I need to move back away from you. Just fucking, how do you come back from that?
Right. Because he's doing primal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's hitting the primal bone. And if you can hit that bone with people and they go, I'm on board, you're one for life. Yeah. And it was just crazy to watch professional wrestling play. I mean, that's the bad thing about Trump, man. It's like, he was hilarious.
Always will be.
Always will be.
Yeah.
Just enough years have to pass where we live through it and we're okay for a while, where we go, but that was a fun time. Everyone was on edge every single morning, but that was a fun time.
Just checking Twitter like, no!
Yeah. I didn't even know it was in me, but once and I'm not saying, Biden's, I'm not a huge political guy, but like once Biden won, there was this low hum of anxiety that was gone from me.
I don't have to think about the president anymore.
Yes, it wasn't huge. It was just like, but it was something noticeable within my body that I was like, I didn't know I was worried every day that we were just going to bomb North Korea. Because like Kim Jong-un, he misinterpreted an email from Kim Jong-un or like something like that. It was small, but it was there, and I didn't realize it was.
Yeah, you're right.
It's also interesting the FBI is finding documents in everybody's house.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's like Biden
Pence,
and then Pence now too. You're like, everyone's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You're going to take it home with you. You know what I mean? You're supposed to just leave it in the office.
How quickly the narrative changes.
Yeah.
It is both of them now. They're just like, come on. Who doesn't?
You never took a little stapler home?
Yeah,
Come
right.
on.
And then like Democrats now will be like, well, Biden's a workhorse. This guy can't turn it off. It's a great thing.
Burn candles at both ends. That fucking, that octogenarian, whatever. Oh my God. Ancient man.
He never took toilet paper home from work. I mean, it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
A week
Just
ago,
happens.
it was fucking arrest him.
Yeah. Sometimes you got a pen in your pocket.
Nah.
It happens.
Sometimes you got.
Yeah. Jeez, I
A
got to return
lollipop
this
from
tomorrow.
the bank? You never took a lollipop from the bank?
Yeah. It's just so happens he's president, and that lollipop are nuclear codes.
Yeah, that's it.
And, but that's part of the job.
But what were they? I do wonder what the documents were.
They can't tell us.
I know they can't, but well, why not?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
I was feeling that way too.
Like,
For a little while,
what's
who cares?
going on here?
Yeah.
What am I missing out on?
What do you think they are?
I don't know. I mean, like they have to be. They're not bringing everything home, so it's got to be something. I don't know. I mean, what could it be that they're taking?
What would you take home?
What would I take if I
Yeah.
was president? Probably if I have good approval ratings, I'll just take that home with me and be like, all right,
Your wife?
52%, put it on the fridge. Be like, what do you think about this?
That's exactly the reason why you'll never become that little belief in yourself that you would need your approval ratings to take home is why you'll never be president.
Yeah.
52%. He didn't even know why.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
country's divided.
52%.
52% is really good.
It is good.
50, it is good, but
It's
it's
really
still
good.
like it is a low number for
But
a
this was
fantasy.
a hypothetical situation, and you made it very
52%.
weird.
I'll take a push. Give me 50. Give me 50. I'll take a push.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even in Pete's head, he's like, Indiana. I'll never win Indiana. I'm not that charismatic. It like, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's like I don't play enough cornhole. I don't know. I can't. I'm supposed to win Indiana.
But that is good, taking home approval ratings. That makes sense to me as a thing you would take home.
I think you're allowed to take that home. That's like public information. I don't think it was.
Okay. All right. Well,
What secret shit would you take home?
I would like to know. I guess the JFK stuff.
JFK
I'd like to
stuff.
see what happened there.
That's exactly what I was going to
Yeah.
say.
The 9/11 thing. It's like I don't know. I'm good.
It's all wrapped up to me.
The Saudis did it.
Yeah. Bin Laden's dead. That seems like there's a bow on that. You know, I'm not looking at the steel manufacturing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess I'd like to know where the nuclear bomb. Like there's so many missing nuclear bombs. I'd like to know like how many did they have the U.S. lost or detonated, and like kind of see. So they were blowing them up. Where's that? The Isle. What is it called? Whatever. It's like somewhere in Polynesia. Just blowing them up. And like, all right, they did studies.
Right.
I'd like to see what those studies were. Like what the effect is of
Some Chernobyl shit.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you pick? What would you take home?
I was going to say JFK stuff. I don't know if like there's some. It's pretty gay, but like Princess Diana files. I feel like that would get me some pussy. Hey babe, I know what happened to Princess Diana.
Not good.
That is pretty cool to be out at the club and just be like,
Hey, look, they did get it.
yeah, man. I mean, that definitely, that's interesting. I'm trying to think what I would take home.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the big like because I'm trying to think if there's like any science stuff we don't like.
Like UFOs?
Ton of aliens.
Yeah, UFOs. I think UFOs. You said that was not what I was. I was thinking of something I was having a harder time describe. But UFOs, that I think yes, 100%.
Yeah, I would take a look at that file cabinet for sure.
Yeah, UFOs are like a new pathogen that's out there that like nobody knows about yet. I would take home.
Area 51 shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't know. I just don't think like there's like sentient beings out there coming along. I just don't think. Because everyone's.
You don't think in the giant fucking.
And they've come here.
Of
No. I feel like they see what's going on here and they're like, I'm good. Like, I don't know. Like, we can't get out of our own way. It's the same story over and over again. You know what I mean? It's like failure, and then war, and then there's pestilence, and then they're killing the Jews again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just.
But they might not know that. How would they know all that?
Well, they get close enough. And then
they do a flyby.
They do a flyby. It seems like they're always doing a flyby. And then they have technology we can't comprehend. So they think they have some kind of energy meter.
You think some of them are living amongst us?
There are times, but I don't know.
Wait, there are times?
Yeah, I mean, there are times. There's certain people you see where you go,
there's no way that's not an alien.
Yeah. Even like when Men in Black did that with like Michael Jackson, I was like, you kind of nailed it.
You kind of nailed it. Yeah.
Try to explain him to a child.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, they don't want to do that.
Yeah, just go, this is a man, this is a woman.
This is sex.
Yeah. And then this is like, well, then they're like, well, that's a child. And you're like, well, no, he's 60. You know, and then they're like, yeah, that's impossible.
I was talking to a buddy the other day about Michael Jackson's wife was Elvis's
Lisa Marie.
Yeah.
daughter.
Rest in peace, Lisa Marie.
Yeah.
So that means that Michael Jackson's kids' dad is Michael Jackson.
That's right.
And then their grandfather is Elvis.
Yeah.
That is
and
crazy.
then their great-grandfather is just Elvis's dad.
Bit of a step down. Bit of a step down, I guess. Yeah.
But what a crazy lineage.
That I never really considered that.
They don't really do anything.
What do they do?
Yeah, but they say,
They gotta
what's
be
going on with
under a
Blanket?
rock or something. Yeah.
With Blanket.
What's going on with Blanket these days?
That was his name. Right?
I know. That's just, I haven't heard it in a while.
Blanket.
It's so funny.
All
my
these
boy.
other famous kids are, thriving.
Branding.
Will Smith's fucking kids are making music.
Yeah.
What's going on? How old are they? They got to be like 15, right?
They have to
They'd be older,
like 20s.
probably, yeah.
20s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is going on with them?
I think they're doing. I don't know.
One of them's just at NYU, probably.
Probably.
An
Yeah,
accountant.
Exactly. He probably just works in like a software company.
It's like I keep failing the CPA exam. I don't know. I'm trying.
yeah.
Trying. And I'm putting the work in.
Unfortunately, there's like no other blankets in the world. So
No.
immediately they're like, you're Michael Jackson's kid. You the blanket?
Yeah.
He's like, the one and only.
one and only.
So these reports.
Let's not lose sight
of
what is and what isn't deductible. I understand we're having a good time right now. Yes. Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, but we are in the red.
Yeah, he's like, my first memory is being dangled off a balcony in Paris. Sure, that's when I came online. But what will we do here with the numbers?
Therapist.
But yeah, I mean, I think if you're Michael Jackson, that's such a even in throughout like the arc of celebrity, that's an insane. To be brought into that household, it's like, of course you're gonna shy away from anything that has
your
to
brother's
do with,
a chimp.
Yeah, your brother's a monkey.
This is your cousin. Bubbles. All right, now you make nice.
It's not the normal weird trappings of fame. That's a complete anomaly.
Yeah.
Like,
if you had an exotic animal that you would take home, what would you take home?
Monkey for sure.
Really?
Monkeys are so cool. I think little baby anteaters are really cute.
Whoa, an aardvark.
You ever see a little anteater?
No.
There's baby anteaters are adorable, dude. I would have one of those. Maybe a little pig. Those little mini pigs.
Exotic? It's exotic. I guess the queen.
I think,
The mini pigs are exotic.
That's exotic.
My buddy bought
I was
a
like
mini pig.
More like toucans or something, and you went pig. So.
I did say monkey. Monkey was my first one.
All right, that's a good one.
My buddy, he thought he bought a mini pig for like $8,000. And was like walking around Manhattan. He lived on Canal Street.
Pig's tiny.
It was hilarious. And then it was not a mini pig, dude. He had to give it away to a farm. It became like 250 pounds.
A farm.
Dude,
Yeah, sure. Bring it up to the farm. And
so funny.
Yeah.
The moment you
Dionysus.
realize
this is not a small pig.
Yeah.
Am I crazy? Or that pig from yesterday to today, that's grown, right, honey?
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, you're nuts. A week from now, it's just this enormous pig in your house.
It's a good short film.
Oh man, that is really funny. That is a good short film. I really like otters, but then you're like, well, where am I going to put this thing? You know?
But that's you have infinite money, so it's like that's not an issue.
Oh,
Warm
okay.
weather penguin.
A
The
warm.
one from
Yeah.
Argentina.
Okay.
And just carry it around on a chain, a gold chain.
Bro, that'd be...
That's cool.
They used to do that in the
Oscars.
40s. That was some cool shit.
Really?
Yeah, there was like there's pictures of people like just walking leopards down Fifth Avenue. And you're like, no, come on. That's kind of like that's the side of Republicans I agree on, like deregulation. Like that's kind of sick, right?
Yeah,
like
that's
you just walk
great,
around.
yeah.
It's my cheetah. It's
No big deal. Yeah.
it's nice.
Yeah, it's weird around other cheetahs. So
Yeah. It's not potty trained yet.
Yeah. We're working on it.
Yeah.
But it is a jungle cat. You are. I mean, I will say that's the part I get about like when like you see it a lot with drug dealers or boxers, you know.
Exotic animals.
Yeah, exotic animals.
Tigers,
and
yeah.
I get that part of it. If you're like, man, if this is all for you to have like a rhino farm, I kind of understand it. Yeah. You know?
There's a simple beauty in that. You know what I mean? Like you're slinging all these drugs and doing these horrible things. It's like, what are you spending it on? Like rims or cars? Like, nah, I just want to be. I want a little tiger.
Yeah. You're like, I've been looking at this emo for years.
Beautiful. Look at that. How do you hate that face? You can't have that face.
Yeah.
I'll do anything for that emu.
Yeah, maybe there is something to like if you're doing these horrific bloodshed things, you have to look at the face of like a baby lemur to like feel okay.
Yeah.
It's like Matt Richards. He has like 50 animals in his apartment.
Yeah, I love that.
Every time he gets on TV, he comes home with another fucking otter or weird pigeon or something.
Yeah, I love the way he talks about it too. He's like, I got this guy does like the turtle doesn't exactly get along with the lynx, and you're like, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow. Does he really have like? Well, I guess
not
we
exotic
blow it up.
animals,
Right.
but
It
like,
could be anything. Who knows?
Right.
That's not
they're
how. Let's
all,
not get him in
they're all
trouble.
legal.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
And he doesn't
He's
live
got
in
permits
Stuytown.
for all of them.
Yeah.
He's got permits.
Definitely doesn't live in Stuytown. He definitely doesn't. Anyways.
Well, I was gonna say we're gonna do. We have 2 segments we're gonna do.
Segment
today.
time.
Oh, cool.
So this is the first time we're doing this segment, and I feel like you'd be good for it. So it's called Guess the Deaths.
Oh, okay.
So you have to guess the deaths in the construction of like one of New York City's most famous landmarks.
Oh, it's a great idea.
So we got Guess the Deaths, and the landmark today, Empire State Building, 1931 completed, and we want to ask our guest, Anthony Devito, how many deaths?
Well, one big one right away, King Kong.
King Kong.
That's the obvious.
Right, we'll have that.
Poor gigantic ape who just wanted to save a lady.
How many people does that count as?
But that's true. Like King Kong, like come on, man. Like you that dumb? Like you see the size of her?
Of course.
Yeah.
You see the size. What are you gonna do? Come on.
Yeah, you don't think it's gonna get in the way as this relationship keeps going, where you're like, Kong, you just keep buying bananas. She's like, I don't know how to relate to a miniature person.
I do. Yeah, that would be kind of funny. But it's like they would break up.
That
like,
is funny.
Like he would break up with her and be like, listen, I was really, I don't know, I was enamored. I don't know, it was lust, and now I'm living with you. That's
hard.
It's hard.
If they made King Kong and then King Kong 2 is just Marriage Story, it's just like this like high octane drama about
she's like,
a
you
couple.
made a promise, Kong, and he's just like, I know, I know, but it's just, don't you understand?
But instead of Adam Driver punching the wall and King Kong hits the wall, like 30 people die. Hundreds of people die from an earthquake.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
It's the marital dispute between King Kong and a lady, and the cops are like, "Stay out of it. Just stay out of it."
Yeah, it's this like indie film.
They see what's going on, they just look the other way and just put down their brim. I didn't see nothing. Officer Mahoney's just like, I didn't see nothing.
You're a good man, Kong.
It's a good sketch.
It's like, yeah, women, right? Yeah, I know. Can't live with them. Can't bring them up to the Empire State Building with you. What is your guess for the amount of deaths that occurred during the construction of the Empire State Building?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say 500.
Okay, 500. Matt, you got a?
I'm gonna guess like 10,000.
10.
Wow.
Hold on. 10,000. 10,000. This was in 1930 when you think 10,000 people. There's only 100 stories. So was that 100 people each story? So you need 100 from the first floor.
Yeah. Well, laying the cement, I know that's at least 3,000 or 4,000 people. There's 3,000 or 4,000.
It's not ancient Rome. It's the 1930s. Like if this is
3,000 or 4,000 people are stuck in the cement in the Empire State Building.
That scale of tragedy would be taught in schools.
10,000, and then they kept going. Yeah. They're just like, we're not even almost there.
And that's what we know about.
Prove me wrong, dude. Prove me wrong.
Well, it's a lot less than yours, and it's a lot less than Anthony. It's actually just 5 people.
What?
I know. I was surprised to learn that too. 5. Right,
No.
and then here you. I thought that too. I was like, how many? Really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Five, I would say, is
5
at least
reported.
100. Yeah, 5 reported. But 10,000 is my favorite guess in the world. 10,000. I don't even think.
I was doing the Price is Right thing. You said 500. I was going
I get
bigger.
it. It's just so big.
Yeah.
We didn't lose that many people in the first Iraq War.
The 9/11. Yeah.
9/11.
Those buildings came down, and then it was like 3,000. Then you had 10 coming up.
That's so funny. If you worked with that knowledge your whole life, like when you saw 9/11, I know I've mentioned a lot on here, but if you saw 9/11, you'd be like, no big. What more people died making the Empire State Building than died in the towers?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Guess. That was a bad guess.
It's great.
But that's okay.
It's a great guess.
I stand by it.
Yeah, I love that guess. 10,000's hilarious. 500's just that's a guess.
Let's say that building murder people. Like, what it like became sentient and just started just throwing people up. Like it was like a bull. Like it was like a mechanic bull. Then it's like, okay, maybe this 10,000, but it's like trying to shake people off. Stop building me.
Stop building me. I just want to be beams. Stop it.
I just want to be beams.
All right, but how many people have died in the Empire State Building since it's been built?
There were all right. So I looked that up. They didn't give it an exact number, but it was a very popular suicide destination. People, a lot of people jumped off there. So I think it was about 100 people successfully. Shit. But there was one story that stuck out. This person jumped off the 86th floor, and then the wind blew, and brought them right back onto the 85th. Only broke their hip.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
they only went one floor.
Went one floor. And that's
that
it.
Poor son of a bitch.
Yeah. Thank God for the wind department. That's all.
Thank God for the wind squad on
that. Thank God for the wind department.
Good old wind squad.
Just another day at the wind squad.
Don't thank me, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
Oh my God, that's so funny. We have to end there.
Oh
that's
man,
too good.
Yeah, that's great.
All right, we're over.
No, I mean, but it's not going to get better than that.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable callback.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks,
Great
folks.
Callback.
That's it.
No, we got to do Herb of the Week.
Oh yes, sure. All right. Okay. So the last segment is a Herb of the Week.
I love it.
And it's basically we nominate a herb for the week, and we do make fun of them and call them herbs. We're not herbs. We're a little bit. I'm a little bit of a herb.
You're not a herb.
I got a man bun. Herbus.
That's the herbiest thing that you possess.
That's true.
But it's not even a man bun. It's a ponytail.
It's a bun.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why do you say that? It's not high.
If it was a tail, it would be down.
But it's not up.
But it's in a bun.
But a man bun is like here.
Yeah. Top. That's like a top bun.
But that's what people are talking about when they say man bun. You just have long hair.
Do you agree?
I agree. Like a back bun, that's like a samurai.
Yeah.
And
a top bun, that's a herb.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, I'm more of a samurai.
You are more of a samurai.
Yeah, I mean,
Sure. You take that. You want to take it like that? You can take it like that.
I would take it as you're a samurai as much as I would believe you own a sword. like a Dominican in the Bronx.
That's true.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's the exotic animals and swords. Those are the hot ticket items uptown, I think.
Yeah, it's either like a Magic the Gathering person or just like a 30-year-old Dominican guy.
Yeah,
it's strange.
He's got a hookah and fucking samurai stuff.
Yeah,
and a beard that's like on point.
Oh yeah,
just fucking that's what
lined up.
And he doesn't do it with his samurai sword. He goes to his barber,
Enrique.
¿Qué
tal? So, herb of the week?
I don't really have one, which is embarrassing.
Because I texted you last night about it.
You did text me last night. You said think of a herb of the week.
And his notification it was silent, so I just figured he was having probably degrading sex with a stranger. Sure. I don't know, but maybe not.
No, I was home. I just didn't want to be disturbed.
I see. Notifications were silent, so I was just like, good for you, Matt. Get it in. Get it all in. Get one
Do you
in
have
for
a herb
me.
of the week? And I don't really remember what happened this week.
I'm trying to go through the cycle of news.
Well, the Giants lost.
Sure.
But I don't think they're herbs. I think they're heroes.
That guy, the 67-year-old man who killed a bunch of people.
That's what I was going to say. What a herb.
Yeah, man, that's a herb if I ever heard one.
I guess, but I just feel like that's sort of like
sure, the police will call him other words, but I know him as a herb.
That's past herb. Yeah.
That is so funny. Yeah,
I don't know
that's past herb, man.
Yeah. That's what I said to Peter, and he said you can't say that.
I didn't say you can't. I feel like that exceeds herbdom. You know what I mean? Like that's just.
But you're saying murdering innocent people is not a herb move?
No, it is a herb move.
That's
you see the guy disarm him at the second location?
No, I didn't.
Unfucking believable video.
Yeah, I could do that.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah, man, I'm not scared of death, man. I wish someone busted in here right now. I'd save you guys, man.
You would?
Oh, man. Be out the window.
You'd be under the table immediately. A hand would pop up to grab his sunglasses.
Kill me. I'll suck you guys. I'll suck you off. Oh, please. I'll let you fuck my ass. Please, just don't. And it's just the guy delivering food.
Are you a power guy? Do you like power? I can figure that out. Yeah. Oh man, who are tacos?
All right.
Do you have a herb of the week?
No, I mean,
that
was Matt's week.
Well, thank God I was here to say what Matt was going to say.
Thank you.
It really worked out.
Yeah.
So I guess don't be a herb and don't shoot Asian old people. Wasn't it like an older people who were killed?
No, he was older. He was 67. It was a dance school.
Wow.
So
usually those old guys don't really do so well, right? The Brooklyn guy was in his 60s, and that video was pretty hilarious.
Yeah. Just bombs falling off him on the subway. Like, oh God, no.
Mondays, right? It was like, yeah, I know.
People like helping him with them. Sir, I think you dropped your grenade. Like, oh, thank you.
I don't need your help. Gets indignant.
Yeah, police leisurely walking over, like, sir, are you all right? They're just like worried about him, and then it turns out he's got a bunch of assault rifles on him.
All right, so I guess that's the herb of the week.
That's the herb of the week. Thanks for listening to Two Boroughs. Please like, subscribe, share it with a friend. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining us.
Anthony.
Where can they follow you?
Of course, man. I comedian Anthony Devito. And then watch my special Brain Noise on YouTube.
Watch the special.
Watch the special, please. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.